saying goodbye to the heat so that I can hear you guys, or so that you guys can hear me. How's that? My table is already a mess, so I have to move this out of the way. I'm going to give you guys a second to find me here, and I'm going to get plugged in so I can find myself. Here we go. Oh, I had Zoom last night, so my table still was a little bit busy from all of that. It was fun though. Every Monday night we get together and craft together. No pretenses at all. Sorry, I just want to get this moved. Hopefully I don't launch this off the table. You can imagine, right? There we go. I see that somebody found us. When you find us, if you could just say hello so that I can know you're here. Got my do not disturb on, so hopefully my phone won't ring while I'm live, because that's a thing. All right. You know, the title didn't copy in. Hey, Carol, I'm seeing you now. The title of today's video didn't copy in when I took all the time to type it twice, but that's okay. This week I made some swaps, and during my live class last week, there was a lot of questions about different coloring mediums, what to use with what inks to pair up, because not all inks are the same, and sometimes you could be coloring. For example, if you are coloring with blends and you use StazOn as your base color, they're both alcohol-based mediums, and one will move the other. So when you're using blends, we use Memento ink. Memento ink I also use with water-based stuff, so this has quickly become my favorite black because I can use it multimedia, if that makes sense. So with that being said, I thought that we could have some fun. I also have been getting lots of questions about the glass mat. Hey, Trish. Trisha is a demonstrator like me, and we had the opportunity to pre-order the glass mat. I'm looking at mine right now, and it's pretty cool. It came with this silicone tray, and it came with a chamois. I've been getting all kinds of questions about this chamois. Is it the same as the purple chamois? Now we have a chamois, Stampin' Up does, that we sell for $8. And you guys know I'm going on vacation. I'll be on vacation next Tuesday, so I won't be here. But this chamois I keep in my pack, right? So you can see it's all stained, and it's nice and loose right now because I have wet it down. So this chamois and this chamois are totally different animals. This one is more like something you could clean with, but you do have to moisten it when you go to use it. So you would keep it on your table kind of damp. With this chamois, I buy the plastic stamp cases, and these come 4 to a package. And when I'm not going to be home, like next week, I will let them dry out. So when it's dried out, there's no water in this at all, and it's not pliable anymore, and it's not really good for cleaning. But I don't want to grow anything while I'm away, so I won't leave the water. I'll let it dry out, okay? So that's the first little bit about that. Man, they're so cold all the time. All right, so let's flip over and we'll start talking about it. Well, the other thing, I guess I should tell you how to get it. Demonstrators like me and Trisha, we had the opportunity to pre-order this glass mat, but it is a very special offer from Stampin' Up right now. My friend Mary signed up with me yesterday, and she got the glass mat with her starter kit. And basically all that means is she had a wish list that was bigger than $125. So she paid $99. She signed up to be a demonstrator herself. Then right after, I helped her place her first order where she got host benefits. She was able to earn celebration rewards because she's now signed up and she's ordering under herself. And then she got a 20% discount off her first order. So she signed up, she got the mat, and she paid $99 plus tax in Massachusetts. It was a little over $105 because our Mass state tax is 6.25. If you live in New Hampshire, you don't have to pay tax at all, and it's $99. I know that one. Okay, so then once you're signed up, you put, yeah, exactly. She's a happy shopper. That's perfect. And that's 99% of the people who are on my stamping team. They sign up, they get a discount, they love to stamp, they might be avid stampers, and they deserve to get a discount. So that's 99% of my team. I did have some person join in my second level this month who wants to take it a little bit further. And we've already had our first call on what she can do to get started. So I gave her a laundry list of ideas on ways that she could do. Like I said, okay, what's your thing? Do you want to do demonstrations online? Do you want to have some people over to your house? Do you want to cut the paper for them? Or do you want them to use kits? Tell me what the scope is, pick one of these things, and then we'll go through how you can start. So there's a little bit for everybody on my team, but I would say that she's the exception. People don't usually start out wanting to make a business, but if that's something you do, well, there's room for you here. And I train on Mondays, except for this coming Monday, because I'm going on vacation. Anyway, so let's flip it over. We'll talk about different color mediums today, coloring mediums, and what to use with what. And if you missed it, we already determined that using StazOn with blends is a bad idea because they're both alcohol-based. So that's the only thing you missed if you're just joining us. I'm going to flip this over. Well, and that the glass mat is only available for purchase right now with the starter kit. They did tell us that the starter kit, that this glass mat might become available to demonstrators after, and I'm going to slide this over. I know there's a glare. Sorry if I get you. Okay. Hopefully that fixes the glare. And I know that some people are using vellum. I actually want to use my glass mat, so I'm not going to use vellum. So please forgive me if there's a glow. Here, let's see if I can fix that. So if you're doing a video, you know you can put your plastic thing here. But again, not really ideal. So these are the three things that come with the glass mat. It's this microfiber cloth, and you can see that mine is greatly loved already. I did a whole bunch of swaps, and then 2 days later came back and cleaned the ink and Winkostella off my mat with this and wiped it right off. Like, it cleans up like a champ. This plastic mat is awesome for keeping your ink pads. And if you're putting your paper pumpkin together from January's paper pumpkin, which I'm not going to do today, I'll tell you that the Stampin' Spots fit there. Or you can use them as a watercoloring medium and drop either ink refills or markers or whatever you want to color with right onto the tray. I also like to put it right on the glass mat because of how easy that it cleans up, and then I don't even need to take it to the sink to rinse it. So I'm going to stick this to the side for a minute, and I'll show you my swap card. This week I made swaps. Trish got one. I don't know if you already got it. Let me see. Oh, people are messaging me. I'm sorry. Yes. Glare mostly gone. Good, good, good. And you are a very happy shopper, Trisha. That's a good way to be. So when I was doing my swaps this week, I said, oh my gosh, maybe I should slow down and wait. I started to color it, and then I was like, oh, this is important. Like, this, I could answer some questions about what people have been asking me. So I had all of this on the table when I did my swaps. And there's a couple things going on here. So first of all, I don't know if you know, but Stampin' Up! Has a whole line of blends that match every skin tone. So we're really inclusive, and you can go from 0 to 900. There are 9 markers in between, and basically they have a whole bunch of skin tone colors covered. Okay, so that's good to know. Oh, did I just put, oh good. I didn't put the one that I used in here because I want to show you what I did with this and what I use and why with certain things. So I'm going to take a piece out of my notebook here. And when I'm coloring with blends, I like to have a piece of paper underneath. And that's because blends tends to bleed. In fact, here, why don't I start at the very beginning? I had a whole pile of white. Hey. And then I moved some things on my table. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Hey. I've already lost some things on the table. Oh well. I had a whole, oh there it is. I had a whole pile of quarter sheets over here. Look at that. And I was like, can't be that missing. Like they're all cut and ready to go, right? But let's talk about blends differently first. In fact, let me get a different color altogether. Hopefully I grabbed 3 different colors here. So let's see. We got Cherry Cobbler Light. We have Poppy Parade Light. And we have Sweet Sorbet Light. Okay? So each of these markers has a dark version. They come in pairs of 2. And the intention is that they blend together. Now, this blend, the most important part of this blend is that it's the lifter, and this is where all the magic happens. Now, when I'm coloring with blends, I almost always like to have another piece of paper underneath, and here's why. So let's start with, we'll just make a swash of color so you guys can see. So that's Cherry Cobbler Light. Then I'm going to take the Poppy Parade and go right through the Cherry Cobbler and pull the dark into the light. And there's a big line there because those are very different colors. But I can sort of blend them together to get this gradation thing going on, right? Da, 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 da. Okay. I don't know if this one's lighter or darker or pinker. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to blend it together. I'm going to start in the Cherry Cobbler and pull through the other colors and boom. Oh, this is a little darker. So how about if I go one more time and we'll make the Poppy Parade Light go on the outside. So back into the dark, right through the Sweet Sorbet. That's less of a line. Oh, this looks like it could use a little, I need a new blend here. That's okay. But you get the idea, right? So we've got really dark to really light and any variation in between. So now people are like, well, do I really need a color lifter? What's that for? And I said, well, this is what a color lifter does. Does it correct color? No. So you can see that it makes a mess on the spots that are on the outside and it kind of transfers the color out there. And could I try and clean that up? Yep. Do I know what color I've got right yet? No, because it's going to continue to lighten it. Has anybody ever stamped with bleach? If you have, just give me a hello in the comments. But if you stamped with bleach, you know that you're going to stamp on a dark piece of cardstock using bleach, and then you have to wait for it to come up to temperature. Well, that's what's going to happen here, and I'm going to color on top of the color lifter again and lift some of that color out. So if you're looking at, oh, let's give her a nickname. What should we call her? How about Susie Stamper? If you're looking at Susie Stamper over here, you'll notice that where the light is hitting her hair, I use the color lifter to lift out some of the color in her hair. And that's how it works. So if we were coloring with that kind of medium, that's what we would do, okay? So that's the base idea. Geez, I think I'm missing a marker on the table. Well, I'll have to fix that. Anyway, let's come back over here. So this card won't look exactly. Now the other thing is, the reason I told you that I always stamp with another layer or color with another layer underneath, it bleeds. So, you know, sometimes when we're watercoloring, if we mess up, we can use this to sand a little layer off the edge of the paper where we messed up. You're not going to get that with this because this soaks right through the paper and you definitely want to have something underneath your coloring, okay? So that's the general gist of how blends work. They're alcohol based, so they do blend together beautifully, and they are able to create some things that are more difficult if you're using a water-based medium. That being said, we'll bring in Sally's stamper, and I already colored her face in with the light petal pink, and in case you were wondering, I'm petal pink. So I could go into my skin color and try and find my color, but my color is actually not in the skin tone. I'm whiter than white, and I am petal pink. So I colored her hands and her feet and her head already, and then I said, wait a minute, they're gonna want to see this. So I was coloring with with Bubble Bath, and I am not locating that. So let's use the ink pad instead of the marker. And so this is medium number 2. So we already did her face and her feet with blends, and we're going to come back to the blends. But this is Bubble Bath. And yes, I just smushed it on my glass mat. You ain't seen nothing yet, kids. I'm going to pick this up with Winkostella and then take care of her dress. Here we go. So cute. So Winkostella is a water-based medium, and so are our ink pads. So that means that you can take any water and put it together and then use it to blend that way. I really like more. My brush is dry. Gosh darn it. I hate it when that happens. Well, I prefer more wink when I'm using this technique, and if you find that your brush is dry like mine is right now, you might want to land a new one, because this technique is way easier when your Winkostella is happy. Hang on, I'm gonna get another one. I always run out of Winkostella all at the same time. I typically have a few of them open, but let's just grab a new one. And I'll show you first. This is how you prime it. It comes with this little black ring. You have to unscrew it to take the ring out. First time I did this, I unscrewed it and screwed it back together probably 100 times before I realized that wasn't what the problem was. So once you screw it back together, that's the last time you have to unscrew it. And then you take this, and I'm going to do this over my plastic tray in case it causes a puddle, but there's a little thing that says push on either side, and you push until it comes down into the barrel, and then you stop. And then look, see, I got my little thing over here. I don't know if you're catching that. Did you get it? Okay. So then it will fling out at you if you do too much, so try not to do that, because all of that would be wasted Winkostella, and I'm going to pick it up and use it to watercolor. Now my watercoloring should be way better because I have more wink on my brush. It'll make that ink flow better. So pretty, isn't it? Okay, so that's color number 1. So that was an ink pad, right? Well, now I got my marker. So this is Berry Burst. It matches the designer paper that I picked. And if you were wondering, this is 5 by 3 3/4. This is 3.5 by 3. And then I layered it. So it'll be like that. So this is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 in the Berry Burst, okay? So now I'm going to pick up the darker color, and we're going to do the accents. So it'll look a little different than my swaps, because my swaps I did with the straight marker. Something happened and I couldn't find it, so it's all good. All right, so there's that. And it's so pretty. Oh, you can just paint all day with Winkostella. And then it's good that I have an extra paper here, because I just want to clean my brush off a little bit. Can pick up any of that juice that's over here. Okay, so then I want a little more wink. There we go. So now I have my sun, and there's my lemon lolly to make my sun. And I also decided that I wanted the outside of the card to match her dress. So I'm going to pick up that lighter pink, which was Bubble Bath, by the way, and color the outside of the card like that. Okay, so she made a card and it's pink and yellow. It's adorable. Okay. Now, oh, you know what? I don't want to miss her crayon. Look at how cool that is. So now I've got 2 yellow, 2 pink, and that means I think I want her her shoes to be darker this time. So that's an accent color on the bottom. Oh, and she needs a little toenail action. So cute. Okay. And then the light pink, I'm going to do her hair elastic. Okay. Cleaning my brush. I'm going to swap that out for a fresh piece just for the video's sake. And then I'm going to just take care of that extra ink. Okay. So now I'm going to bring in that scrap paper I ripped out of my notebook. And this is what I did for the hair. I have 600, 500. So these are like middle of the road. The lightest one that we have is 900 and the darkest one is 100. I think that's how it goes. Let me just double check. It's been a while since I used these, but they're so fun. Yeah, 100 is the darkest one. Okay. So she has brown hair. Perfect. So I'm going to start with the lighter of the two, which is the 600. And they're real close, you know. And I get close to the line without going over because it's an alcohol ink, it tends to spread a little bit. So with these, I move pretty quick and just add my color. And I'm going to come back in a minute, so I'm not really even. I just want to get the details. I should have grabbed my glasses off the table. Getting to be that time where I can't get away with doing a video without one. Without my specs. So if I go outside the lines, you know what's going on. I can't see. More so in the afternoon. Anybody find that? Oh, okay. Somebody's messaging me. Pops up over your comments. So this one's a little bit darker, just by 1 shade. And I'm going to take that and do the lines that the artist did. So at this point, you see how Stampin' Up! Artist has a line there, and there, and there. So I'm going to follow the line around and put the darker lines where the artist made them, because they're smart. They know where those lines go, so they make it easy for us. We just have to follow their lead on that. So darker lines where the artist made their dark lines. Okay, so that's that. And then I'll go back to the light one again and blend a little bit, because make sure that I got all the white. And now it's time for the magical part of blends. So the whole reason you buy blends is because you want the ability to control the light. So here I'm going to use my color lifter and wait a second. You see it lightening up? It's going to take another minute. All right, and then I know where I'm at. I don't want to keep lightening until I know where I'm at, because then if you take too much out, you're going to have to go back in with the marker and color it again, right? But this is just going to lighten up. And at this point, it's really wet and saturated, so it takes a second for it to dry. I can see, even on the back, it's a little bit wet. I'm giving it a second. let it dry. And it is lifting out that section. She looks a little bit more auburn today to me, like maybe I used more 500 than 600. But that's the general gist of, and the difference between coloring with the water-based mediums and coloring with blends. Blends is alcohol-based and gives you the opportunity to do that lift thing. The lift thing. Gotta love it. Now, if you want to add Wink of Stella in after, you can. You can add it to the painting. You can add it to her earrings here and make her sparkle. You could add it to her shoes. Like, so you don't necessarily have to do the, you wouldn't pick up blends with Wink of Stella because this is alcohol-based and this is water-based. So this would dry and you'd be trying to pick it up, but it acts more like a Sharpie. All right, and then there's one other spot that I kind of want to fix here. And it might make it too dark, but I'm just going to try. I did a little pink in where her mouth is so that it looks like, well, it's a little darker. Again, I had a bubble bath marker when I did the original, and that's why this dress looks a little darker, because I just colored it solid and then did the Wink of Stella over the top. So that's just the difference. All right, so let's stick this baby together. I went and got another refill because you see here where I'm at the red, I know that it's coming. I'm probably going to have to change my adhesive out. It's probably right at the end, but I'm going to take it for every inch that's left. This is Seal Plus. When I use my Seal Plus, I come off the top of it. And of course, I just got some on my finger, so we'll put a little DNA between the card. All right, so there's that. And, oh, I must have left the ribbon. Neglecting my ribbon. It's all right, let's stick this first. And I'm gonna attach that there. And then I forgot my ribbon, so I'm gonna grab it. And of course, I'm looking at the blue and the yellow. Here we go, pink. So I'm sure, and if you're watching at home, you might have questions about the difference between the alcohol-based markers and the blends markers and even the glass mat. So now's the time, fire away. I'm gonna watch. If you have questions, please put them in the chat right now. And I will tie a bow, haha, while I wait. Oh, Trish, I'm glad you got your package. That video is up. I just have to email it out to Club. So I am finishing up the last bit of things I need to do before I'm off to vacation with my hubby. I'm taking a whole week with him. I'm so excited, and I'm not bringing my laptop. So if there's anything that you need, make sure you hit me up between today and tomorrow, because after that, I won't be able to help with things until I get back, which is February 8th. Been a long time since I've taken a good vacation, so I'm excited. One that's not working, or, you know, like usually we're on vacation with the stamping people or with the bowling people, or, I mean, we have all kinds of buddies that we go away with, and this is just me and him, so I'm excited about it. It's our little Valentine's Day getaway. All right, it's your birthday. Oh, see, it was bound to happen, but it's good to the last drop. I used it up. Oh, so I must have cut this funky. Let me get my trimmer. I'll just trim this down a little bit. So truth be told, I got a new paper trimmer, and I made these cards out of scraps, out of cutoffs that were left. I thought that the girl would fit on the scraps. So when I cut the layer, I must have measured wrong. It happens. Oh, and of course I have to change my glue. I need you to have a great time. Perfect. That's all I need from you too. I will. We did figure out, Robin typically participates in our swap, and so does Trish. So I will tell you, we figured out that the team swap theme this month is going to be spring or Easter. Of course, we don't know how many will be signed up. And our swap coordinator is also away, so our friend Gordy is taking it over this month. So that'll be announced at the meeting on the 11th. But I'm all ready. In fact, people who signed up for the packet for the team meeting, I am mailing them out before I leave so that they'll have them in time for the meeting, which is both in person and online on February 11th. We meet monthly. It's so fun. And Robin is our new Mail a Card Monday coordinator. And it just so happens I need lots of birthday cards. So this is good that I had to make birthday and that I got birthday ideas in the mail. I haven't even opened my swap cards yet. Isn't that crazy? So I have this idea, and I don't know if it's going to work, but I saw somewhere that you can use the glass mat for a technique called reflection, and now it's bugging me and I want to try it. So this is the time to do it, right? When you're live and you don't know if it's going to actually work. So I thought that maybe I should, oh, you know what? I should get a block that's big enough. I don't have a block that's big enough on the table. I have a whole plethora of blocks right within a hand's reach, and this is going to take, I think, an E. Yep, it's an E block. So on the side of our blocks, we have a letter. Yeah, I do. I love to take care of you guys, though, you know? You definitely make me happy. All right, so I have copper clay right here. He could be copper clay. Actually, I shouldn't call the bear a him. We joke about this being Mama Bear. So this probably, I wonder how I could do it so that reflection would be upside down. I don't know if that would work, but let's just try it. So I'm going to stamp on my glass, and then I'm going to go for it. And I don't know if I have to smear. Like I said, I've never done this before. I'm going to smear this on. Oh, actually, it's so pretty. All right, and then let's clean up the glass mat here. I've been using this on my table when I'm typically not videoing. Here, just make sure it's dry before I go again. Now, I want to see, so in reality, this guy, or a girl, whatever, Mama Bear, go ahead, mess with my kid. You'll see this person. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to get it to reflect. Well, I guess I could do it that way, huh? So, interesting. All right, I'm going to go again. I have an idea. Well, this is my brain working stuff out. I just didn't know what I was doing. So, here we go. Ready? I'm going to go stamp on this. And I want the reflection to be at the bottom, right? So, would it go that way? I think so, towards the bottom. Because of the size of this stamp, right? If you had a... Okay, so there's the bottom. And then we'll take care of that. Clean up the mat. Could use a little more water, huh? There we go. And then drying. Okay, and now, well, I did do the reflection first, but I had the paper go in the wrong orientation to fit the bear on. So now, I don't know if this is going to be right, but I'm going to try it. Kinda. So what if, okay, let's give that a second. I grabbed a blending brush and the whole tray went. I grabbed boho blue here. So I do like this. Ready? Color. And here's another way you can use the mat. So I've got my ink on the glass mat and I'm gonna color. So now instead of picking up from my ink pad and sponging off on a paper, I can pick up right on the glass mat and then I'm sponging off on the glass mat, and then everything that is, oh yeah. So he's walking on water here in the winter. And the water is behind him, so that's good. Like, there can be a horizon line up here, right? And then I just need to blend this. Oh my goodness. I said he again. It's Mama Bear. I gotta remember it's a self-portrait. It's funny. Go ahead, mess with my kid, I dare you. That's me. All right. This is cool. I just had this idea. I thought it would be a good thing to try. I've never done one. What better way to do it than with your friends, right? Oh, that's pretty. I feel like I need like a horizon line though. Like, I want to go a little higher. I probably should have masked him, but he's all right. He'll live. And then I want it darker in the corners. Like, I almost want to, like, remember the old sponging? I almost want to sponge it. Oh, this is fun. Ew. Wow. Okay. You think we're done with the blue? What do you guys think? I like doing that. It's a thing. It's like, oh, look. All right. It's a thing. I think musicians, we hate silence. So you gotta, you know, if I'm not listening to music, I gotta be playing the drums or something. All right, so I have this brush, and then I have another one that's got like greens on it. Or I can take this brush and clean it using my microfiber cloth, and then go into a green. Let's see what I've got for green. How about Old Olive? Just to add background to the top. Oh, and I guess I should go this way so I don't end up with smudges. It's a thing. I don't need to do the whole pad. So here we go. I feel like I need like greenery or something in the background here, like a tree or something. But you guys get the idea. It'd be a really fun way to make projects. So here, he's got like this. I don't know if this would fly though. Like, this looks too springy for what I've got going on here. I don't know. I'll have to mess with it and I definitely want to make like a sentiment or something. How about sending birthday wishes? And I told you I have a whole bunch of blocks right here. Okay. So we'll put that on a block. And then give that a little wipe just to get it out of my way. I'm probably going to have to wipe this off at some point to get it clean, but it's such a great way to clean up, and it's so easy. I got Wink Estella all over the feet. Now, I know that a lot of demonstrators, and it's intended to not be used with the feet, but I have a plastic table, and these feet are keeping it from moving around on my table, so I really love it. So I leave it there, and the Wink Estella does not come off the feet. All right, let's cut a little sentiment banner. I don't know if I need a 1/2 or 3/4. Let's use that piece because this was 5 1/4. Forgive me for being off frame for a second. 5 1/4, I think. Yep, so I'm gonna try a 1/2 inch to start. See if that'll work. Whoop. Did I not cut? Oh my goodness. Let's try that again. Perfect. Ugh. All right. I'm going to cut another 1/2 inch. Although I really like the sketchy bear. There's something to that. I'm not sure if that's wide enough. I think it's just wide enough. Yeah, so it's a joining special. Right now, the only way to get it is to sign up to grab a starter kit. If you did decide to get a kit, you would technically be a member of the person you signed up with's team. If you choose me, thank you. For almost, let's see, so it's January. So February and March don't count. April, May, June. You technically be on, like, get your own discount till July. And if you do nothing with it, you drop off. So the kit is $99 if you live in the United States. It's free shipping. I'm gonna go a little bigger on that border because I wasn't loving it. So I'm gonna go 3/4. So I'm cutting this at 4 1/2 because it was a 5 1/4 inch piece. I have all these bears floating around after. You pick out $125 like my friend Mary did yesterday, and you get to choose either the $60 value glass mat or an additional $30 in product, whichever you prefer. So if the glass mat isn't your bag, or if you already have one, you can get $155 instead of $125, which is pretty cool. It won't let you go over when you choose the amount, which is important to know. But Mary yesterday, who joined, placed her first order right after because she had a giant wish list. She spent $150. She ended up getting host benefits, so she got another $15 free, and she got 20% off her order. So she was happy. If you need help with that, let me know. Or if you have a regular person you prefer to sign up with, that's cool too. Let them know. Let's see. It's like, rawr. Birthday wishes, rawr. All right, I think I want to cut this down a little just because I want to turn this into a card. And this would be like a whole quarter sheet. So I'm going to trim this down to 3 3/4. And I prefer the reflection side, although I'll cut a little, I don't know. I want it down to 5, so maybe I'll go like 1/8 of an inch off both sides. So I'm going to go 5 1/8 here. cut a sliver off, and then I'll flip it and go to 5 to get it to 5 by 3 3/4. So there's that. Now, I grabbed a whole bunch of cardstock before I sat down. The question is, did I grab the right colors for this? Because I didn't even know this was going to happen till I sat down. And no, I don't think I want those. I think I want a copper clay, and I think I want a boho. What do you guys think? Because that's the colors of the ink. So I don't know if you guys saw me playing with this banner that I made, but it was originally 3/4, and I took it and I made it into a mountain. Yeah, it is. This is amazing. The mat is so nice. And if you need to line something up, it's nice to be able for your eyes to see, you know. But anyway, I made a mountain here, and then I flipped up the sides and made my molehills. That's what I call it when I make a banner. And then it comes out looking like this. So when I go to stick it on in a minute, I'll have a way to adhere it easy. All right, let me grab these colors because I really think that it should be matchy-matchy. What do you think? So, boy, I really have it hidden back there. Here's the copper clay. And then, I'm not finding the boho. And it's one of my favorite colors, actually. Oh, it's tucked over the other side. I have a paper cabinet that sits out of the light. So when I go away next week, I'll be able to close the door. And it will keep my paper. Over time, paper that's been dyed will oxidize. So if you ever had cardstock in the cabinet that turns a different color, it's because it's been exposed to light. So my cabinet back there is all, I probably keep at least 3 packs of every color, and it's all beyond the light so that light can't get to it. All right, so we had cut this piece down to 5 by 3 3/4. So I'm gonna frame that with the darker color to get that contrast going. But I want it to be 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So I'll do the 5 1/8 side first. And that's, I start at the 5 and then I go over 2 lines. I don't know if you're seeing that yet. Okay, good. So 5 1/8. By 3 7/8. So you could get 4 of these from one piece of paper. So it's 2 lines before the 4. And then that should layer up nice with my bear. Let's just check my math and make sure I'm good. Oh yeah, look at how cool that is. Yay. I definitely would have probably stamped some greenery behind him. But there was nothing in that set, so I think it's pretty on its own though. Okay, so here's my copper clay. And then I used boho, just what I grabbed for the ice. And then I scored it at 4 1/4, and now I'm cutting it 5 1/2. You guys know that on this trimmer, there's a line that goes up the extender that's at 5 1/2, so that you don't have to guess where your card is cut in half when you're making cards. That's the score blade. I'm going to cut with the black one. That happened during class this week. People were trying to cut with their score blade and their paper got all fuzzy. All right. And it would be better if I could find my bone folder here. Let me see. It's in my toolkit. My daughter Alexis made me this. Isn't it cool? And look at what color it is. Boho. All right, so here we go. Hi, Judy. Nice to see you. we were just playing with the glass mat a little bit, and I showed a bunch of coloring mediums. So this one's pretty cool though, the reflection. And for this, I wanted to stay a little bit popped up. Like I want my banner to stay that way. So I'm going to use liquid glue on the low parts, my mohills, and adhere that down. I wonder if I have embellishments that are this color. I have a bucket full of embellishments. Let me just look real quick. If I can't find it, I'll go to the butter box. But I want to say these are new colors. No. I'm looking. Hang on. So I was looking for specific dots. Cork rounds might be nice, but not on ice. I love the purple ones. Oh my gosh. They're so cool. Geez, they're not the ones I thought. I know that we have copper clay dots. But I'm not finding them. Oh, ha! Ha! Sorry. Persistence pays off. Ha! I found them. All right, so this one is opaque ovals. That's funny. Oh, I know, Trisha. The caddy makes a huge difference. When I travel, I take the whole thing and I stick it in this little bag that I have, but all of my tools fit back in here. So when I want to go to a class, say I do a class up in Litchfield, New Hampshire once a month, I just grab the whole box and put it in my little bag and it's good to go. And I know that I have everything. It's a thing. The trick is to get everything back in there when you're done, right? Ah. What is up with that? My take your pick just fell apart. That's funny. Only when you're live. We just put a new one in, a refill in last week, so it's probably user error. Shucks. I don't even know where it went. Like, that's funny. All right, so I guess we're going to use this side. I like the putty side, but whatever. I've seen people do this. I can do hard things. All right, so, oh, that doesn't look good. Give him a tail. I think this is one that you put up in the corner. I'm going to go the little ones, though. That's so funny. It's like, I don't know about the ovals for this guy. Here we go. That's better. I hope you're laughing along with me. That's silly. Oh my goodness. Only when I'm live, right? At least it's no different than being here in the studio with me. We get a little silly sometimes. Boy, I'm having a moment. Jeepers creepers. I love my take your pick tool. I use it all the time, and that's probably why it is kind of beat. Maybe I should invest and get myself a new one. And I definitely prefer the putty because it picks this stuff up and you don't have to mess with it. That's okay though. I feel like it needs something. Maybe it needs like water, like the background. Maybe it needs like Winkostella. Hang on. I'm just gonna take this and I'm literally dragging it through that ink, hoping that it'll smear a little bit. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's better. Well, it just gives it that shine that it needs to be water, right? And it actually sharpens up the image a bit. And again, I want to go that way. So you have to remember when you're using Wink, whatever line you draw, it'll show up going that way. So I want the lines to look like water. So I'm staying in one direction, fluid kind of. Wow. I don't know if you can see that. Of course, I have to wait for the replay. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so you can really see it. All right. I can't get it to click in. Oh, how to refill the putty? Well, I had a refill floating around. Maybe it wasn't a refill. It is hard, okay? So like sometimes you, like I had Brian put mine in because you have to push. It is spring loaded in here, and you push and turn until you get it to start coming out. And then when it does come out, you have to stop and reverse so that it doesn't keep coming out on you, the putty, and do the toothpaste thing. Let me see if I can find it, because it is lost here somewhere on my table. Gosh darn it. Only when you're live, right? All right, so I gotta move all these embellishments that I just tossed on the table. Let me see. I really don't know what happened to it. And it's funny because I was just like, oh, look, I have an extra refill out. And it probably was the actual... Well, that's going to have to be one for next week, I think, because I'm not finding it and I don't want to keep you. Thank you. I'm so glad that you like it. And honestly, it is, I've been joking since the stamp set came out that it is a self-portrait of me if you mess with my kid. It's my mama bear. And you've heard me, Trish, you've heard me use that term, right? I'm glad I didn't go all mama bear. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it, but I will, that's a good thing to add to the list of live videos, because lately I've had a lot of people asking me questions about different things, and this week it happened to be coloring, so I figured I'd show you guys the glass mat that I've been playing with. And if you do have questions about getting one, I mean, the mat itself is worth $60. So the kit is $99, and then you have an ongoing discount until whenever. And if you use it, great. And if you don't, that's okay. But you could come give it a try, swap with us. My team swaps every single month. And the theme is going to be spring or Easter this month. And we have Mail a Card Monday inspiration. We have weekly Zoom meetups where we just get together and hang out, bunch of crafters. One-on-one training if you want it, but no pressure to do business. You don't have to make videos. You don't have to do anything but get your discount until you're ready. And if you're ready, I'll be here to help. So that is it for today. It's really bugging me where that refill went, because if I find it before I jump off here, you know that I'd jump in and do it. Oh, Char, thank you so much. I love seeing you guys. I'm very grateful for your support and your friendship. And again, a reminder, I won't be here next week because I will be somewhere in Mexico. Somebody was like, where are you going on your cruise? I'm like, I don't know. They're like, why don't you know? I'm like, I haven't booked any excursions. And they're like, and why not? I'm like, I'm going someplace warm. I don't care what we do. Maybe we'll find a place to go snorkel, but maybe we won't. It'll be fine either way. So that's the plan for next week. It's going to be a lot of nothing. If you do need me, hit me up today or tomorrow, because Thursday I'm out of here for a week. So anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in 2 weeks when I get back. So it'll be 2 weeks from today. So thank you very much.